The Misfits want to share their treasure with you. Help us get to 500 followers here on Twitter and be entered to win this set of dice. Looking for more ways to enter? Subscribe to our YouTube channel, or like, comment, and subscribe.
So where are we starting? Like, are we starting?
Everyone was still in the cell, kind of just about to leave.
Okay.
So you are still all together. If anyone wants to say anything to everyone before you take off, otherwise you can just all go and start doing your stuff.
All right. Farewell. Let's go.
All right.
I know the way.
Okay, bye everybody. Stay safe. Here we go.
Stay safe too. Everyone be careful about who you talk to, just in case. Some people might appear interested just to get the information and then turn us in. So we don't know who we can trust, but I'm sure you all know that.
Okay. Yep.
Cool. So you guys make it down to Hesfine's shop. You get there fine. Like there's people. It's kind of just a normal day there. Like no one stops you to talk to you or anything like that. They're just kind of everyone's going about their business. So you guys make it there just fine. And at the moment, there is no one else in the shop.
But Hesfine is there?
She is not out front, but you would know, Bastion, that she barely ever leaves, so she's probably somewhere.
Likely in the back. Hesfine, are you in?
Hello.
You hear from like behind the curtain in the back room, you hear, oh, coming, hold on. And she runs out, opens the curtain, and she is like covered in soot. She's got her goggles on and like her big apron and big gloves. And she comes out and like lifts her goggles up, and there's like obvious marks where like the soot is like around the goggles. And then she just like takes her gloves off and she's like, hi, hello. How are you guys? How'd you do today?
We won.
Oh, fantastic. Are you here? Are you here for repairs? Are you here for tune-ups?
No, we have to talk to you.
Oh, okay. Give me 1 second. And she runs to the door and shuts it and locks it. And she just like flips a sign that says like back in 10 minutes. And she's like, hopefully that wasn't overkill. You didn't tell me what you want to talk about, but it seems, see, if you're not here for weapons, then it's probably is something that maybe other people don't want to hear.
We're going to start a rebellion.
Her face just drops. And she is like trying to find words to say. And she's like, Bastion, I told you what happened to Hector, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes. He died.
Yeah. I don't think you should do this.
We have plans.
Okay, come with me. Let's not even be near the door. And she like shuffles you into the back room.
Don't you want to be free of this place? We have to do something.
She just like looks at you, and she smiles. And she's just like, you remind me a lot of him. And that's what scares me. We tried this. We failed, and I don't want what happened to Hector to happen to you two.
It won't. I will not be defeated.
Yeah, and just because it happened once doesn't mean it has to happen again. No, we're trying to get a lot of people on our side, and I think if we work together, we'll be able to do it.
You said you have a plan. What's your plan? Other than getting a lot of people, because we had a lot of people before.
We're going to find out how they're controlling the golems and steal it, and then control the golems.
We're also going to put everyone to sleep. Maybe?
Mm-hmm.
How are you gonna put everyone to sleep?
Alita she has a spell with incense.
Spices, yes. And he opens his mouth, and there's probably still like some like coriander seed or something in there.
She looks very confused because she's like, Bastion, you don't eat.
No, I was grinding spices for a spell.
Oh, that makes sense. You do have that feature, yes. Well, that's a very interesting plan that I would say didn't think of, but I don't think we had the capability of even doing that if we did.
We thought perhaps you might know how they control the golems.
I think I don't make them, and I don't really know. They're not like you, Bastion. I know that much.
No, they are clearly inferior.
Exactly. As far as I know, it's just they're brought to life and kind of given duties, and then they just do it. I don't know if there's one particular thing that controls them. I'm pretty sure just once Rather brings them to life, they're just there, but I don't know.
Is there a way to give them different instructions?
Maybe he gives them the instructions when he brings them to life. I've never been present while he does it.
Does he do it alone?
If he's not alone, there's very few people there. I feel like it might be alone, but I mean that's a pretty hefty task. So he might have a few people that work alongside him, but it would be a very select few.
If we could find one, we could perhaps capture them and get the information from them.
The one... That stupid cat person is all I can think of that he might keep with him, because...
Frollo?
Yeah.
I do not like that.
I don't know, like... Frollo's not very good at things, so I don't know if Brather would have him with him, but I do know that he is like 100% with Brather and like serves him to the end. So if Brather were to trust anyone, it would probably be him.
Okay, maybe we can somehow figure out a way to get Frollo to tell us how he puts the golems to life. Or maybe we could give the golems different instructions ourselves?
That would be useful if we could find out how. Perhaps we could... Would it be safe to bring him here to interrogate him? There are many implements in the workshop that can be used for extracting information.
I suppose you could do that. I wouldn't want you doing it in your own cell.
I think the screams would travel.
Yes. It would be best if I wasn't here during that time. If you get him, I will close up shop early tonight because I'm very tired.
Mm-hmm.
And I will go to my room. That's it.
And you will leave the key to the shop in an obvious location?
Bastion, you worked here for a long time. You know where I'll keep the key.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know if I like the plan, but I think it makes sense how if we have to find out some way to get the golems to not be, if we can't put the golems to sleep, we have to take care of them somehow.
Even something to take the life out of them would be sufficient if we can't take control of them.
If we could somehow put the golems back to sleep or something, that would be good.
Well, then we have work to do.
One more thing. Hold on. And she runs over and she like goes and digs underneath like a bunch of stuff to a little box that's at the very, very back of one of the shelves. And she gets out just this tiny little box and she goes up to Grai and she's like, I swore I would never take this out again, and I never wanted anything like this to happen again, especially to another member of my family. But your father did inspire a lot of people, and maybe if you guys have this weird sleep thing, maybe this time it can work, but you're going to need people on your side. And I think maybe this could help. And she opens it up and pulls out a little bracelet that has a symbol on it. And it's the gnomish symbol for freedom. And she hands it to you. And she's like, that was the symbol of the rebellion when your father was leading it.
Oh, thank you.
Maybe it could inspire people again.
Thank you so much. I know this isn't the point, but I like having this thing that's a piece of him, even if I didn't get to meet him. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I hope that I'll be able to help inspire people the way he did, maybe.
I think you will. Like I said, you remind me a lot of him.
Thank you.
And then she kind of like quickly is like, hey, get out before they start to wonder why you're in here with the doors locked.
Okay.
And then she just like
Bye.
reminds you as you're leaving, tonight, I will be closed.
Okay. All
Very
right,
well.
I'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.
Cool. So that is, we will leave you guys with that for now. And we will go to Celadir heading up to see Amris.
Okay. Yeah, so we remember how to get there. Are there, I can't remember from last time, is it like heavily guarded where Amris is?
So you have to go all the way up to the top of like the cell block place.
Yeah.
At the very, very top, it's a long corridor with just his cell in the middle. And on either side of his cell door are the golems. But that's all that's up there.
Okay. And do the golems, like when we were speaking around them, do they understand what you're saying? Or do they just seem to react to action or like aggression? Or are they listening? Are they that intelligent? Like, have we noticed that?
No one has done like a perception or insight on them to be able to tell exactly what they're understanding or anything like that.
Okay. And in Emrys' cell, is it all of his men as well?
It's a pretty big, like I said, it's like a penthouse up there. Like it is. So you know for sure there have been 2 men that have come to greet you. Or no, you might only know one because the other one was Dietrich that went up. But there do seem to be like areas that you can't really see from the entrance. So how many of the men are in there, you're not sure.
And the golems will let me just go up to the cell door?
Yeah, they don't stop you or anything.
Okay. Yeah, so he'd call up to Amherst. Try to get his attention. Can you see him?
He's still just sitting in the same spot that he always has been sitting, just like kind of looking out. There's like a window that looks out in his cell, and kind of like a chaise lounge almost type thing that's kind of in the middle of the room. So he just kind of sits there most of the time. So he's sitting there again. So if you call out to him, he'll just turn around, and get up, and come to the cell door to talk to you.
Okay. Yeah, and Celadir is still, he looks like a summer Elijah right now, so he doesn't look like himself.
Okay.
And, yeah. So as soon as he sees Amherst, does he see his men? Are they there when he looks in?
Not right now. You can't see anybody.
They're not there. Okay. Yeah. No. As soon as Amherst would come up, he would pretty angrily. I don't know. We'd call it him, but he would say, "I need you to tell me what you're trying to accomplish. And I need you to understand what I've lost because I chose you over myself. And you being here, you have completely spat on that sacrifice. And now we're both trapped here. And I don't have the means this time to help you."
Amherst kind of looks guilty. And he just says to you, he's like, "Look, I know that you sacrificed a lot to save me. And, people didn't."
If you understood that, would you really followed me here?
You sacrificed a lot to save me. I was trying to help you. I didn't know I'd end up here. I didn't know what this world was.
No, I didn't sacrifice a lot. I sacrificed everything. My home, my position, my fiance, everything. And now you followed me here because you couldn't accept that and you didn't understand that and you've learned nothing.
I wanted to talk to you and try to find a way to get you back home so that maybe you wouldn't have to have given up all that. You did it for me. People were angry when you left. I was angry when you left. But then I got to thinking about it, and you did do all that for me. So I thought maybe I could find a way to get you back. So I came here to talk to you about some way that we could do that.
I accepted what happened to me with the understanding that it would pass. So it eventually passed. Now I would one day hopefully be able to return. But now I don't know what's going to happen. Kentucky Ann sent me away, and now you've gone behind her back. And who do you think you've helped? Our entire family is going to suffer for this. Because you were angry and you hated yourself.
Obviously, I didn't know that this is what was going to happen. I thought I was doing something for the good. I'm sorry. Yeah, I fucked up. But there's a lot of people back home that think you fucked up just by trying to help me. So
Again, I accepted that.
yeah, well, I couldn't accept being back home, not making things right between us.
So it took that kind of calamity for you to even try and reach out and bridge that gap between us. We've had decades. And now this is when you chose to act.
I don't know what you want me to say. I fucked up. I'm here. There's not much we can do about that.
I just want you to start thinking, planning. It's the same thing. This is why it's you running headfirst into things that originally led to this. And maybe I'm not one to talk. I did run in after you. I shouldn't have had to.
I'm sorry. I don't. Yeah, I'll work on it. I understand that that's my flaw. I thought this out, but obviously I couldn't have possibly thought it out because I don't know this world. Obviously, I didn't know this would be here.
No, neither of us could have planned for this. But you want to make amends between us? That was not the way. But if you help myself and my crew by working with us to get off of this island and everyone else trapped here, that will be the way to do it.
Of course I'll help.
Would Celadir have any indication of if the golems were like listening?
Do an insight check.
Okay. $15?
With a 15, you can't tell if they're really understanding or like processing what you're saying. But you could tell that they are listening and like they are constantly aware of what is being, not aware, but like they know that things are being said around them at all times. How much they're taking that in and what they'll do with that information. With a 15, you can't tell because they're literally stone-faced, like they show nothing. But you are able to tell like that they are at least hearing you.
Okay. You've been able to accomplish a lot on this island. You became the champion in 2 weeks. That's impressive.
I'm a good fighter. What can I say?
Amorous. I feel like you're still not taking it seriously.
Well, I'm taking it seriously. You know, it's just how I am. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't want you here anymore. I'm taking it seriously.
Right. My crew is out talking to people right now, but what can you tell me about this island? How are you so successful besides being a good fighter?
Honestly, I haven't seen much other than the ring, to be honest with you. I heard about like how the fighting works and how you have to work your way up in order to get off, and that was my number one goal, was to get off this island, to either try to find you or at least get off this island so I could make it back home. And so me and the guys just focused on fighting and winning, and we kind of started to realize that the teams at the top that we were seeing, they were the ones that really played to the crowd, so we did that. But I mean, in terms of like how this island runs, I don't have much insight other than just fight well and make a big show of it, and you can make your way up. But I've
You're at
gotten
the top, and you still haven't. You have no freedom to speak of. So what is? When you became a champion, who did you speak to? What did they promise you?
once we started doing well, I talked to that cat thing, and they told me the way it worked.
Hello.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
They told me the way it works is that once you get to where I am at this point now, I can challenge Brather myself. And if I win that, then I am entitled to anything in his stash, which he has my gem that I can use to transport back to our realm. And also you earn your freedom that way. So I got here, but to be honest with you, I've been too scared to challenge him because, you know, someone that has a place like this, someone who can do this to people, there's no chance he's fighting fair. So
No, I think that would be.
been trying to kind of work up. What's that?
No, I think that would be a foolish assumption.
So I've been trying to work up the courage to fight him. Unfortunately, now that I'm here, I don't get the opportunity to talk to many people to really find out what he's like. So I can't dig around and get intel on how to beat him, because what they didn't say is that when you're champion, you get to live in this luxurious place, but I don't get to leave it until I fight. So I haven't
How many days?
asked around.
How many days have you been here as a champion?
Here
How long have you been?
like 5 or 6 days now.
I don't like the idea of you challenging brothers, but I also don't like the idea of having to fight you, become the champion, and do that myself. We've heard from that horrible little Frollo, who any of the other creatures, or the other champions.
There's just
None of
one,
them successful, but
there's just one champion at a time.
he didn't tell you about any of the past champions.
What's that?
He didn't tell you about any of the last or the past champions.
I haven't gotten to know about any of the ones. I know the ones that I fought. They were really strong. They were ruthless, brutal. They were definitely at the top for a reason. They didn't care about anyone else's life. But, you know, I didn't get to know them personally, unfortunately, under the circumstances. They were coming for me, and I just did what I had to do to survive and make it to the top.
Did they ever explain why, as a champion, you're not allowed to leave? Why they keep you locked up?
I think it's protection. When you're at the top, there's probably people at the bottom that, you know, they'd like to challenge you outside the ring. So I think they just keep us away from everyone else for safety. Either of us or them. I don't know.
Well, are your men stuck in there with you? Can they come out? Are they?
Yeah, they're here. They can't
Yeah.
come out, but they're here.
Not able to find out anything yourself. I'll rely on my crew to hopefully get some information. Like I said, I don't like the idea of you outright challenging brothers. I don't. It's very powerful. I don't think it would go well.
Yeah, to be honest with you, I don't really have interest on going up against him until I have a better idea of what I'm facing. But you know,
I just need you to promise that you're going to think before you jump into anything. Especially for this. Because it's not just about you and me. It's about your men, my crew. We can't afford to be rushing into things. I need you to work with me. I know you don't like it. You've never liked it. But this is the time to start practicing.
yeah, I promise.
Alright. I'm gonna go back now and see what the crew's been up to, what they've been able to find out. But just try to stay quiet in the meantime, please. He's gonna leave him. And go back to his cozy home away from home. It's a nice little hotel.